This is the Kpop Cast, and in this episode we discuss Hybe covering up BTS's SUGA DUI, maybe, question mark, BangPD and his sexy friends spotted on the streets of Beverly Hills, and K-pop music video reactions. We'll react to a few.
We also share comebacks from Hyolyn, Seoul, NCT Jaehyun, Enhypen, and Fromis 9.
I'm just loving Enhypen.
Yeah, the Enhypen video was really special. And also Hyolyn's booty flanked by floating tassels, highlight of the summer.
And supporting booty dancers as well.
Yep.
Also the BAP members returning, guys.
BAP!
Just absolute perfect.
Best
And some fun news about G-Dragon too.
Yeah.
So all of that in this episode.
But before we get into those topics, don't forget to join the K-Pop Cast listener fam on Slack and help chip in for our editing costs. Links to those in the episode description.
And now for some hit replays. I'm DJ Peter Lowe.
I'm Stephanie.
And I'm your PD new Michaela. And hit replays are our K-pop song recommendations for the week. So kick us off, Stephanie. What is your hit replay?
My hit replay is a early 2000s R&B soulful track from one of my favorite young singers, Seoul. It's called Kuromedo Love.
Yeah, all my girls, if you with me, let's sing along to it. Kuromedo love, 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 love. You're still love, 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 love. You're shining love, 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 love. You're still love, 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 love.
And so, like I said, right from jump, before we even hear Seoul's powerful, rich vocals, I'm just taken back to the early 2000s. I'm taken back to, I think, Beyonce, Me, Myself, and I, and the Destiny's Child sound as well. And Michaela put me on to listening to the full EP that's Seoul released, because there's even more R&B gold in there that calls back. There's a sound that sounds like Genie in a Bottle. You know, it just like, yeah, I see Peter body rolling on cam right now. That is exactly what I want to do to this song as well. But like really, yes, Peter, all of you should check out our YouTube to see this performance he's putting on right now. But just a little bit about the artist. Seoul debuted in 2017 with Ride and is actually under Dynamic Duo's label, Amoeba Culture. Dynamic Duo is another favorite artist of mine, legendary hip-hop artist. And she has a lot of fun collaborations with artists like Tama, and there's a song that both of them do on the most recent EP as well. And Seoul just feels like she gets it. She is a student of R&B, and she executes it just flawlessly. So I love her voice. She seems really cool as a person. She's been open about struggling with mental health in the past. She keeps it real. So I'm just rooting for her all the way.
When you say she executes it flawlessly, like what are some examples of that?
I mean, her vocal runs in this track. I mean, the way that she grooves and bounces her body in the music video, like you can just tell she has studied this, she appreciates it, and gets it. It's hard to describe, hard to put your finger on it, but you know when you hear it.
I would say, like, when it comes to Korean R&B singers, there's the vibe of imitation and the vibe of like genuine expression, and I feel like that's what I get from Seoul.
Yeah, and she brings variety and like variety and emotional expression to the singing as well. It's not just like a memorized set of runs and riffs. There's something else. Yeah,
and it's so funny that you mentioned that it sounds like other songs, because I think that was an intention with this album, was to kind of like remake other sounds, or at least like express especially those early 2000s. And she is definitely an artist that we know mostly from her, her features on other people's tracks. So I just love that she's finally come out with this like super solid EP to just show all of her talent on her own.
Every track solid, no skips.
So is it authentic that she's wearing the denim, the
And the
Timberlands,
Timbs.
and the white
Yes.
shirt, and the
Oversized,
backwards
yep.
baseball cap?
She's even got the look, y'all. She's got the look down. Yeah, down to the Timbs, you know. What can I say? Execution.
Okay.
So, Peter, moving on to another solo artist who's wearing a little less clothing, I think, in this music video.
It's getting
Yeah.
hot in here.
So my hit replay is brought to you by the Filipino Board of Tourism.
What?
For real, though.
Okay.
So my hit replay is Hyolyn and her song "Wait."
I don't wanna wait, 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 wait. I don't wanna wait, 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 wait. I don't wanna.
All right. So if you didn't already know, Hyolyn does the sexy moves like what Stephanie was doing there on camera.
Failing and flailing.
But Hyolyn, Kim Hyo-jung, am I missing that right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. I was just
Gold star
chatting
here.
with another like actual Korean DJ, and we were saying like, oh, we should teach Peter. We should do like a content creation series on like teach a K-pop DJ to pronounce K-pop names correctly.
For real.
Needed
'Cause
service.
Anyway, yeah. So anyway, Hyolyn is her stage name, and she is a South Korean singer and songwriter. Currently, she is under the management of a Bride.
I guess Bride.
It's spelled BRID.
And a
numeric
fancy three kind of thing.
Yeah, like a backwards E or something. It's a production company she started herself, and she is the former member of the group Sistar.
Sistar. Queens of Summer.
That's right. If you know, I was about to say, you know what summer this is? Like, if you're looking at the calendar of like K-pop seasons, we're in the Sistar season right now
Yes, we
of the year. I'm doing a K-pop summer party this next weekend, by the way. So
Yes.
yeah, we're gonna play Hella Sistar. Anyway, she was also part of the subunit Sistar 19, known for My Boy. And that sexy.
Yep.
It's hard to do in the chair, but like anyway, that song.
Which they recently released like part 17 of.
Yeah, no more My Boy. I think we were so hyped for it, but I think we were all kind of a little disappointed. Yeah. Okay.
Also, shout out to fellow Sagittarius. I see her birthday in here, December 11th. Hey.
Yeah, wait, how old is she? She was born 1990.
1990.
Oh my gosh.
So she's like my age. She's like 33. Yo. Wow. I like look up to her. I'm surprised she's younger than me, but she seems like such an unni, don't you think?
Right, because she's had such a long career at such a young age. But more about your song, Peter.
Yeah, I like simply put.
Simply
let me give it a little bit more background.
Dat ass.
Yeah.
or one word or a picture, peach emoji.
Peach emoji, yeah. Lots of peach emoji, like as many as you can squeeze into the chat prompt. Because of all of her dancers in the video and all the moves. And all the moves are designed to shake the butt. That's why you like this song.
And I love that her outfit has these tassels
Yes.
that just like
Gives it
Accentuate
movement.
everything.
flop and accentuate the booty.
That's what I
as
feel
they-
like we were robbed when she performed this at Kcon because she was just wearing some basic shorts. Like the
Boo.
tassels make everything.
Because the tassels like hang in the air, being buffeted by the booty.
Yeah, basically. Stephanie, I don't know if you remember, like one of the earliest episodes you were on, we were talking about Hyolyn Dali.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was Matt and myself. And you're like, I can think of 2 reasons why you guys like this song. Booty number 1 and booty number
Booty
2.
number 1 and booty yes. That was K-pop cast, like legendary moment. Yeah.
So I think that tradition continues with this
Yo,
song.
100%.
And I gotta say, like, she's hit it. Like I think like her to be honest, like her last few songs haven't been performing as well. Not necessarily a reflection of the artistic merit of the songs, but just based off of popularity. But this one seems to be doing well, at least from out of the gate. It came out today, so it seems to be doing good.
But then it also sonically follows a little bit more of the trend of music that we've been seeing. The Afrobeat trend.
Tyler Water.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same with the choreo as well. She's
We
one
say
of the few
Afrobeat,
who
but we
can
mean
kinda
Tyler
do it.
Water.
Yeah, that's the sound that K-pop has chosen, like the Tyler Water instrumental.
With La Seraphim Easy, Smart, and Kiss of Life Sticky.
Yeah.
And
Whatever Boa's comeback was.
Yeah, Boa.
recently.
Oh, I forget the name of it.
Yeah.
Forgettable.
yeah, Afrobeat, like at the end of the year, we're going to talk about trends. This
Yeah.
year is like Afrobeat year.
Yep. I'm pretty sure they're going to move on to something else next year.
Yeah.
Because they just like, they don't really get it. Anyways.
I'm not complaining for this version of
Yeah.
Afrobeat. Like,
It's catchy.
yeah. So in the chat, where were we talking? I'm trying to find it right now. In our Slack channel.
Link in the description if you guys want to see it for yourself.
Hey.
Dina said she loved the colors and tropical vibes. I said I
Yes.
like the butts everywhere. And then Joe, brought a, point in center and asked like, hey, okay, I understand like the color and booties are one thing, but what do we think of the song? I think it will work. In other words, it's good enough.
Yes, good enough.
And it can go viral from here, like it's a good enough
it's
song.
fun.
And it's something like, you maybe sonically you don't appreciate it on first listen, but because it becomes viral, you listen to it multiple times and it's good enough that you end up liking it for whatever it was. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited to see the dance covers come out for this. More
Right.
booties rocking everywhere. Also, can we take a moment to admire her skin in this video? Such a rich brown.
Although I feel like
Sun-kissed.
it changes in the course of the video,
It does.
Because of the color correction.
or her
don't know
makeup
what.
changes or something. But like
That's true.
I was also saying like, this is brought to you by the Filipino Board of Tourism because like it makes me want to go to the Philippines now, like, oh, I wasn't
True.
really into going to like a Hawaiian Filipino destination, tropical island vacation. But after seeing this, I can go.
Sign me up. Yeah, Hyolyn has always been holding it down for our darker skinned ladies in K-pop.
There was a period where she was in Santa Monica. And I that was the darkest we saw of her, of like like I think she was like really hamming it up during her Santa Monica phase.
I mean, that makes sense. In America, you can do that.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why her dancing is so good now, is she's been studying in America from some of the best choreographers out there.
Black people. Shout out.
Okay. And now for the best hit replay every week, brought to you by PD Nim, Michaela. So take us away, PD Nim. What's your hit replay?
Yes, so usually I say that my hit replay is the best hit replay of the week, but this is also more of just like an emotional connection to this song versus just its like ethos, its existence in the K-pop ethos as like a great comeback. So of course I'm talking about the BAP members' comeback, BangJungYooMoon with their song Gone.
영원할 걸 알아 언젠간 또 만나 Goodbye Our love is not over 우린 멀어져도 사랑했던 걸 변치 않을 테니까 My love is not over 슬퍼하지 마요 안녕이란 말 해도 괜찮아요
Okay, I'm gonna take a deep breath to talk about this because I'll be honest, there've been a whole documentary about this comeback. I admittedly have not watched all of the episodes because I got to episode 2 and I started crying and I was like, okay, I need to approach this with a better mindset, because this has been a 7-year in the making project, but this isn't necessarily like their first comeback. We've done this before in previous years, because for people that don't know, just a little bit of background about BAP, like they are one of those groups that were leading the way in fighting for their rights as artists, as people, as humans, for other idols against their company. So
From
they've
TSM,
had,
right?
but against their company TS Entertainment, and so it's been very hard for them to come back as a group. But we finally got it. They're under a new label as of June, the MA Entertainment. As of right now, though, we only know that Jungkook, Daehyun, Youngjae, and Jung-up are under that label. Zello is currently serving in the military, but it's kind of expected that once he's done, he's going to join the entertainment label with them, but we don't know officially yet. So, okay, so this song, guys, according to the Helix press release, shout outs to our friend Helix, is a song that reflects one of the main messages that members want to relay to their fans. Memories created together are forever, as is the love that is shared and they have shared. And that goodbye does not signal an end, but a new beginning. Right? It's just... That's just really why it's my favorite play, guys, because again, having followed this group since their debut in 2012 till now, and like followed their really struggled journey to get to where they are now, to be able to come back together is just like, it's great. So it had to be my hit replay for this week. Okay, now you guys share your thoughts while I collect my emotions. Do you guys actually like the song at all? Like, you know,
It's so sweet.
Okay.
And it's just so nice to see them together again. And they look so relaxed, you know, and happy to be together.
Yeah. But Stephanie, I have to, as the resident Moon Jung-up stan, do you have any comment on his super tight sweaters and his ponytail?
I'm so glad you asked. My homework right after this is to go find, an edit or fan cam or something, or a photo shoot, because that outfit, the hairstyle, the sweater is doing it for me.
And that's what took me out while I was watching the music video. I was like in my feelings, and all of a sudden I saw Jaehyun's titties peeking up from below his sweater. I'm like, wait, when did you get buff? When did that happen? And then I was back to crying.
Right, you had to take a moment.
I again pause, go back frame by frame. Oh, okay. And then back to...
Yep. Same. They all look so good.
Yeah, right? And it's their evolution from boys to men. A lot of them have already done their military service already. So it really is just like a whole new chapter. Not like the end of a chapter. A new chapter.
New chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like all those things. Like emotionally, you feel that swell, and the ballad, rock ballad, episodic, vibes I get from it.
Yeah, if you were coming to the song hoping for a BAP banger clinger, you're not getting that.
It's not Warrior.
It's not Warrior.
One
It's
shot.
not
Like,
one shot.
those were really good songs. Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, who knows? In the future, we might get something that harkens back to those days.
Yeah, and I would love for Zello to be a part of that one. That would really just make it perfect.
So talented.
I like a lot of Zello's solo stuff is more hip hop oriented
Malibu.
stuff.
He's another student of hip hop. Yeah.
Yeah. The sets though, like I was like, is that the like AMOLED's BTS Spring Day music video?
Yeah.
And like Viva's and like all the other K-pop sets we filmed at the
Pretty
same
cliche
diner.
as a set.
And like
The Paradise
Hyolyn,
Diner. It's time to retire that.
Card, I think, had a shoot at the same diner. And then Hyolyn, I want to say, was also inside this diner in one of her music videos.
See, you guys, I love seeing them pop it. Like it's the tropes of K-pop. Like it's a familiar setting. It's fun to see them pop up again. Okay, yeah. Hey, I give it.
No, I feel you.
They're under a small label. Okay, the budget was not that big.
The budget was not budgeting here.
They were pulling coins together for this one.
Scrounging up the nickels.
Mm-hmm. You even see that in the music video where they're like working behind the scenes trying to get the whatever performance together behind the curtain. It's like a hands-on project.
I think this song falls into songs you want to lay down and die to, or cry, or what is
Lay
it?
down and die to. Okay, Peter made that
getting
up
it
right now.
wrong. What do we call it at the end of the year episode every year? Michaela's award category, whatever that's called.
Cry into the pillow.
Cry into the pillow. There we go.
Jeez.
I do
for that
admit some of those.
category.
It can be that of intensive emotion, Peter, but it's just crying. It's not.
It's not a song to end your life to. Okay, sorry.
No.
I didn't mean to imply that, but yeah.
Oh my God.
But just
Okay,
caught
so
up in the
that's-
feels.
I think
That
that,
is my hit
wraps it
replay.
up for his
Yes.
plays. On that note,
Okay, on that note, kpopdances.com. Every week we'll recap the most popularly covered K-pop songs by dance teams. So, as sort of like a proxy indicator for what's bopping, what's danceable,
Yeah.
what people
What is
are
the trend?
getting to. Okay, so number 10, we've got G-Idol Kcon, which I learned recently is actually the horn of the car, and suddenly the song makes a lot more sense. I know. I
love how
I'm
we
sorry,
got through the
guys.
whole reaction and you didn't.
Yeah, right. And then number 9, still on there, Les Seraphim Smart. Stays popular. Les Seraphim and New Jeans are just killing it as always. Number 8, we've got Islet Magnetic, still on there. Number 7, we've got Nayeon ABCD, which
She's coming for Hyolyn's Queen of Summer with this one.
Oh yeah, but I feel like ABCD hasn't had as much staying power. It was really popular right out of the gate, and then it just fell off. At
But
least,
I won't skip it when it comes around, though. It's still good.
yeah. And then number 6, we've got Kiss of Life, Midas Touch. I think that
Hey,
one makes sense to stay
talk
on
about
there.
staying power.
Yeah, that one's good. Number 5, Baby Monster Forever.
Which is surprising.
I'm not
Maybe
too
it's more
familiar.
international teams covering that one, especially out of China. Maybe. And then number 3, we've got Espa Supernova, the AI one.
Killing it.
Supernova. And then we've got number 3, Stray Kids Chick Chick Boom, rightfully on there, rightfully up there. That song
It
is
has
killing it right now.
dethroned Supernova.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Chick Chick Boom, like that song is like really popular in the K-pop nightclub, K-pop club night scene. What, Michaela, you already know the answers to the top 2 here?
Actually, I forgot. I did this forever ago.
Okay, fine.
Give us a clue.
Both girl groups. And girl groups you should know.
Well,
And could
I know
easily
since
predict.
Supernova is there, it has to be Espa
Armageddon.
Armageddon. But
Armageddon.
I cannot remember what the other one is.
Sticky?
Yep, you are correct. That Sticky is number 1 at 51 covers
Has
this past
dethroned
week.
Supernova. Crazy.
Yeah, Armageddon. Well, Supernova's
Underdogs.
way down there at 38 covers, and then
Well,
Armageddon.
Yeah,
Get
but it used to be
done.
Armageddon and Supernova.
It used to be
holding
those
it down
two, yeah.
for the top
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. Well, Sticky is viral,
Dope.
and it's
It
the
should
song
be.
of the summer.
Wow.
And for my party this coming weekend, called K-pop Hot Summer, because it's a hot summer. We've
You're
got
taking it back.
Kiss of Life on the flyer.
Good. Was
'Cause
that
we
your
all know.
decision?
I recommended it, and then the designer's like, "That's a good choice.
Ooh. Nice.
I'll take all credit."
You should.
Even though the graphic designer did all the work. Okay, so that's it for K-pop dance covers of the week. Find out what the ranks are next week. Okay, moving on to our hot issue Hallyu thing. Looks like I'm first, so I'm here to be an advertisement. Homeboon. I cannot. I'm not gonna even attempt to say his name like the way he drops in his songs. There we go. That's it.
Yes, nice beating you.
He announced his Beautiful Memories tour, which is set to tour the United States for the first time, in which he'll perform in all regions across the country in 21 shows. 3 or 2, I guess, in the Bay Area.
Yes.
So one in San Francisco on a Monday night, which is all ages. And then one in Sacramento at Harlow's. I feel like all hip hop.
Man, you said
artists
2 in the
go-
Bay Area.
No. So I said Sacramento, San Francisco. And then there's another one in Sunnyvale.
Sunnyvale.
Yeah. And a certain DJ is performing with him.
Oh, yeah. Get it, Peter.
Yeah. So I'll be...
I'm making it big.
I don't know how we're going to do the night.
I might have to go. What date is that?
It's a Friday night.
Okay.
November 1st, Sunnyvale.
Friday,
Pure
November
nightclub.
1st in Sunnyvale. At where?
Pure Nightclub.
At Pure. Yo. Memories.
Tickets are $20.
Hell yeah.
Links
I'll
in
be
the
there.
episode description.
Come meet us.
Text me for bottle service.
Yo, that's so dope.
Yeah. But for real though, it's so cool to see Babylon touring the U.S. because he has for years been one of the most underrated R&B singers in Korea, like second only to Jisoo, I think.
A true talent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Babylon has released 6 full-length albums and numerous singles under his name, showcasing his wide vocal range and exceptional production skills. His first full-length album, Halo?
Halo?
Caelo,
Yeah.
received critical acclaim and was hailed as a masterpiece, earning him significant recognition as a musician. The album's success demonstrated his prowess in production and songwriting, cementing his status as a respected singer-songwriter in the industry. Each of his albums features a stellar lineup of collaborations, earning him the moniker musician's musician.
Mm-hmm.
Yada, yada, yada. So that's from the press release. Check out my show.
Yeah. My mom is a fan of his. Shout out to my mom. So I'll see if she can come into town for the show.
Well, Babylon's also going to LA, it looks like.
She's okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give her the choice. She might go to both.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, she's that kind of K-pop fan.
That will travel with the group as they go on
and see
tour.
the same show in different cities. She's better than me.
Yeah. Okay. Michaela, what's your Hallyu thing hot issue?
So
how you doing?
How am I?
That's a good one.
How am I doing? I went to Kcon LA 2024. Presented by Samsung Galaxy.
Before. Yeah.
I had a great time.
Yay.
I think they did some interesting things with how they arranged the con this year.
That's a euphemism for saying it was the best of times and it was the worst of times.
It was really, I think, just a bit of TLDR, at least some stuff that I didn't talk about in our upcoming Kcon episode.
Which is ready, but we're just trying to find the right time to publish it.
Yeah, because we were mostly focusing on like dance-related things. But in general, Kcon this year was fun. There was a major pivot of creating as many artist interactions as possible if you're in the convention hall. I will shout out Genius Korea. They did mention like this year, to be honest, a lot of the best performances I think were at the convention. I do think that the M Countdown concert at the end of the night was great. Like there were a lot of great performances, but I feel like if you were able to see a lot of the artists that were there, like Isaac Hong or Lauren or these more, or even Alexa, like these other artists that are out in K-pop who aren't necessarily making it to the Kcon stage, like it was really cool to be able to see those different kinds of artists. And God was there. Like we had one of the oldest
legendary
groups I think to perform at KCON.
Yeah,
maybe second only to Turbo. I think Turbo debuted a few years before them. But it was really cool to see them out and about, even in the convention floor and performing on the KCON stage. Yeah, it would have been nice to know the schedules beforehand. You know, it was a lot of things were kind of, to the minute, to the hour. Really,
come on, man.
A lot of things. It was great though that as I was going to the press room on the first day, I passed by From 20 and Hello Gloom in the hallway because
K-pop cast faves
apparently
right there.
They had a panel at KCON. Didn't know that was happening until I saw them come out of the bathroom. So it would have been nice to have how we have had in previous years an actual full like schedule of events and things and programming, even though sometimes maybe they're a little bit sparse. It would have been better to know more information other than just, hey, Zero Base One is going to be at this booth around this time. no idea what they're going to be doing, but they're going to be there. So if you want to witness idols, go here at that time. but if you weren't going to Kcon to witness idols, all the other stuff you really kind of just found out when you were there.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many years have they been doing this? Over a decade now.
It's because they killed off all their contractors.
Yeah.
I cannot comment on what other things I might have known, but maybe, yes.
Tune in to our next episode for more inside info.
Yeah, but
No,
other
that's the
than that,
positive one that we give to the PR team.
For more implied euphemistic messages.
yeah. Other than that, that was really just my major quibble, not knowing the schedule. Had a great time. I got to meet some of our guests and long-term friends of the pod in person. Some new friends.
Who?
Obviously Tamar, Life Francis,
Yay.
Alexis. I didn't get to see Teresa, fortunately, but it was because, again, there was so many things going on. It was really hard to be in multiple places at once. So, it was a great time. I wish.
I feel like the big appeal, though, of Kcon is just like, you have a chance to be seen by your bias.
For real.
And, and that's what it's all about. That's the K-pop business model.
And
But,
especially in how Kcon is different from other conventions. Like other conventions, when it comes to like the guest artists that are at the convention, they want them to walk through the convention hall as little as possible because of things like crowding and like the possibility of bad interactions with fans. But
that was the point
that
here.
is the thing that they do. You just walk around the hall and they'll be parading idols into like the Samsung Galaxy booth to promote the flip phone. Like they really do the opposite at Kcon.
Yeah, it's funny because my sister, for a number of years, like going on 20 years or something, like she did celebrity what is it, guest relations or whatever it's called at Comic-Con, where she would escort all the VIP talent through to the different things. But like they had that down to like a military science. Like they'd be like, all right, leaving checkpoint A.
That's like the fan fiction dream job.
Yeah, but she took it very seriously. Yeah, she got to meet a lot of really cool people that way. Anyway, so that is like, to me, that's such a stark contrast where it felt like the fault of like poor programming has become the appeal, unintentionally become the appeal of Kcon. But I think there's probably something to be said. Like there's got to be a magical way they can still tap that, like physical proximity to an idol, but trying to find a programmatic way to scale that, I think, is what they should do.
Yeah. I mean, they have
proper
like
security,
paid engagements like fan meets and high waves. Like we don't do high touches anymore. It's just a high wave.
Touch.
You just walk by and wave. So those are what you can do at Kcon as far as like close proximity in a controlled environment.
You demand skinship with my bias.
Unfortunately, COVID prevented that. At least this year, there wasn't like a plexiglass in front of them. You could actually. Previous years, they were like just behind a glass wall.
Do not feed the idols.
For real. Yeah. My last comment about Kcon, though, I feel like maybe people at Kcon listened to our last Kcon episode because that was all about K-drama content and like how the fact that they don't really have as much K-drama content at Kcon for fans. And this year they finally brought back the actor meet and greets with Park Min-young and Kim Soo-hyun actually being at the convention, which let me tell you, Kim Soo-hyun shut down the hall. His crowd was the biggest of all the meet and greets, I swear.
I was there in spirit.
I was there in person. It was great. Damn. Just to brag.
She's got you there, Stephanie.
I know, that would have been the year to go.
Yeah, and then also Park Min-young, she's gorgeous. She just floated onto the stage like this beautiful ethereal being. And like unfortunately, she was having like trouble with her teleprompter and she wasn't like happy. You can tell that she was like kind of struggling, but it was a great meet and greet. Love to see her. She was speaking in English the whole time, which was lovely. Cool. Yeah.
I wonder, like, what the first year that they did this in Irvine, right? Like
in 2012.
That's right.
I've done my research.
and which
Is it
they
Irvine?
invited me
Anaheim?
to.
Yeah.
And then they had
Yeah,
a DJ
Anaheim.
contest, and then they canceled it. But
Boo.
whatever. I might be bitter about it. So
A decade later.
they more than a decade. That's like over
12 years?
Yeah. But the first year they went for more of like a broad Hallyu approach, and I feel like maybe that's what they got to lean into nowadays if they want to scale the operation.
To be honest, that from at least the conversations that I've had with people is like that is probably what, because they really covered so much. Like they covered gaming, they covered other like aspects of like how you like food and more cultural aspects, but you really see them just focusing on K-pop as in like idol fan interaction, maybe K-beauty and like exposing a bunch of brands, and then on the side you have all the other stuff.
Yeah, like make it a proper Comic-Con like experience, you know?
Yeah, which San Diego Comic-Con was happening that same weekend, and so
Yeah.
Really?
I
Isn't
feel
that the big one?
Yeah, so we feel like maybe that really affected at least attendance for Kcon this year, though I don't have the official numbers on that, but it does feel like there's so much crossover in the fandom that having those events at the same time was only going to hurt Kcon.
Maybe, but I feel like in the Venn diagram of like Comic-Con attendees and like your Korea boo, like, you know, K-pop fans, like there is overlap, but not as.
The overlap is decreasing over time.
I don't think it was ever that strong. I think it's
Really?
probably increasing now, just because by nature of K-pop becoming more mainstream. But I don't see them being like.
Well, I feel like the Comic-Cons, the anime expos used to be the only game in town to like go experience K-pop stuff, like before Kcon existed.
Yeah, but Comic-Con was never a K-pop thing.
No, it wasn't a K-pop event, but they would have something for us. Like,
For
I don't know,
K-pop?
DJ
No.
Peter Lowe, like spinning K-pop every now and then.
No. Comic-Con never see K-pop. The only K-pop you see at Comic-Con is like maybe a nod or a reference and something like off-site, off-convention, fan-made,
What am I thinking of?
mashup.
Am I confusing it with Anime Expo,
Probably.
Japan Expo, that kind of
Probably,
stuff? Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm
because
thinking. Okay.
anime cons are certainly closer to the Hallyu
That's what I
scene.
was thinking. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. All right,
Yeah.
fair. All right, shall we move on?
See you at Kcon next year, guys.
Can we just talk the tea about DJs?
Yes,
Okay,
please jump in.
All
The
right.
floor is yours.
So basically there was 3 areas that made up the convention part of Kcon. You had the main convention hall, you had the fan chamber where you had the panels, and then you had the K-pop Village, sorry. The K-pop Village was where you had a lot of the food trucks, and then there was a small stage in the back corner where they had the dancing events. So you're talking about your random play dancing, your choreography workshops, and a few instances where there were like a few groups that would come out and like teach a little section of the choreo to the audience, and then one person got to come in from the audience and dance it with them. That was really cute. But in between all of that, there were sections where they had like several DJs over the course of the weekend come out and just, you know, play music. But because it was outside and it was July, there was not a lot of people in this area as compared to the K-pop villages in previous years, to be honest. It was kind of, they really need to be bringing these things inside, especially because the outdoor venue, while it's like, it's a vibe, it's just not practical. And it's so separated from the actual convention that there are a bunch of people that, while they were at the convention, probably didn't know any of that was going on. Like, even if you were walking up to the convention from the street, there were these giant black curtains blocking the view of the village from the street. So you like, maybe you heard music, but you had no idea what was actually going on over there. So it was, you know, maybe not the best location for those kinds of things as compared to previous years.
I feel like, you know, they should have something where they've got like what's the word? A schedule, you know,
The shade.
or a map. of where all the things are happening.
Yeah, and that was
These
that
strike
was
me as being very useful for attendees. You know, maybe
yeah.
should,
And,
they should give
unless
that a
you were
try.
following the socials and like I was making a Excel sheet of when things were and when actual
No,
individual
you didn't.
individual DJs were posting on their socials. So that was the difference. So like the schedule only had artists, like only idol information. So all of these little things, you had to go onto the socials, find the post about the event to find any information about when it was and what was happening. And then not even all of the posts were on the Kcon official social. Sorry, hold on. Let me stop. I'm getting heated. If you would
No,
have
please.
you would have to go into the artist individual social media to find information about their set. So like, for example, Team BUK, there was no post about Team BUK from Kcon's official social. I had to go to Team BUK's post on their social to find out the schedule for when they were doing all of their like showcases, their random play dancing, and their artist workshops. Like, and I made it an Excel file, and it was so useful. I shared it around the press room.
You should not have
Wow.
to do that. What a disgrace.
Yeah. Shout out to Liz. She actually made the Excel sheet from last year. But at least last year we actually had like a Kcon schedule. It was just not really scannable. So she made the Excel sheet, but I was really going off of my own schedule for this year. Anyway.
I feel like Kcon is like ripe to be replaced by someone else.
Ooh,
But who? Who could do it?
who could do it?
Because I've been to a lot of shows produced by kids,
Ouch. Nobody's really doing it well.
and like the anime cons are not professionally produced. So
And we
you
don't
wouldn't want
have
something like
we have
that.
like new like concerts, like the Craze has been rescheduled for later this year in September. That event that with like CL and all of them.
Oh,
Like that is trying to kind of take that, at least for the Southern California concerts, but no actual like convention where you have like, you know, the vendors and things like that.
should it be like Insomniac? Like who does the raves and stuff? Like maybe.
I think Insomniac and Waterbomb.
Yeah, they seem to know what they're doing a little bit.
Be nice to know more about Waterbomb, though we still don't have any information about that.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind
Oh,
then.
that part. Isn't it this month? Come on.
Is it?
Isn't it?
I feel like it's in November.
No.
That's kind of late and cold.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be outside in water in November. Let's check it really quick. Water Bomb LA 2024. What? It's not giving me the date.
Exactly. Because we don't know any dates or where it's going to be or how much the
okay,
tickets
they
are or who's
September
going to be there.
28th. September 28th.
Oh, September. Okay, I was close.
That's hella late. Oh no.
Mm, mm.
Oh. And we don't have any lineup. This is gonna bomb in a bad way.
I'm excited to see how it goes.
Stop doing this to me. Stop making me go to LA.
Right.
And then, all right.
Anyway,
I'm having camp
so
flashbacks.
Kcon was
Yeah,
great,
that's what I was
guys.
gonna say, too.
I'll
Yeah.
see you next year, 2025. Let's go. Let's Kcon.
Yes. Let's go to the second year.
As of right now, this is the only option in Southern California in the United States.
Electric Soul. That's still happening. Okay. Reactions.
Yes.
All right. So what are we watching, y'all? Because apparently listeners said that they like it when they can have parasocial relationships with us.
Oh, we love you too.
by like it's as if we're in the same room watching it together. So you know you just need to hit play at the same time, and then we're all having this like virtual shared experience together,
Yay. Love that.
Yeah.
which is
Watch
what
party.
reactions are for, I guess. All right. So what are we watching, y'all? We're watching. Michaela, this is your song.
This is NCT Jaehyun's pre-release track, Dandelion and Roses.
Okay. All right. So that's the song, and we're all going to react to it together. In 3, 2, 1, go.
3, 2.
Okay, his
Sorry about
counting
that.
is confusing me.
When the heart values love and blues.
So artsy.
Hard to see
Oh,
Ooh,
See,
that's not him though.
I know. There's
The
a lot of
jawline.
so many other actors in this.
Ooh, I like him too.
Yeah, the long hair.
Whoever has long hair. Is that a black child?
Yeah,
Oh
playing
my
the
gosh.
flute.
Cute. Little black kid with cornrows playing the flute.
that person is not holding the German belt correctly in the
Oh,
bass.
wow. See, this is why we have Peter.
He's just in a puppy
React.
pile with kids.
I wouldn't catch that.
Ah, the glasses.
Ooh, Professor Jaehyun.
And play the
Teach
saxophone.
me.
Can he play any of these instruments in real life? Probably
Can
not,
be
but
my
he,
teacher.
I love it.
Oh, with the vest.
Sweater vest.
Yeah, I like the outfits.
I like
the
that look.
costuming. Yeah.
See, this is the Jaehyun that we know loves musical theater and
Oh, yeah.
Is that a home or a museum? What is
You can see his muscles underwater.
with the wet
Oh,
t-shirt.
that chord progression.
Right?
What is that? What song is that?
Yeah, we've heard that before.
It says "This Dream" in the top left corner.
This slightly reminds me, audio-wise, of
Wow thing?
well,
Because of the chord
Yeah.
progression.
I'll think of it.
Okay, we're supposed to feel the universe with all
Cypher.
those images.
Cypher's debut. That's what the chord progression reminds me of.
Even the things you love hurt you. Isn't that what it said under
You're
there?
right. Yeah, Michaela, I just watched the first few seconds of the video and then I left, but you said that there was more at the end.
Because we started with Dandelion.
Ooh,
And
hello.
this is Roses.
Oh, this is dark concept now.
Dark concept, JN.
See, all the lights are off. He's in this
Ooh, the
house
lighting
museum
on
by
his
himself.
cheekbones. Come on now.
Like you don't call me, yeah.
I'll call you. This is what I need from him. Just nonstop.
Now the memories be hitting me too.
Midnight R&B.
Him and Water is just amazing. Like he
Roses, roses,
Oh, background vocals.
and I love how it just like
Everyone
it
dancing.
authentically sounds like just voices in a room, not just like a super processed vocal of a choir.
Yeah. I think the movement from all the dancers adds a lot to it, too.
It's as if the dancers were singing those parts.
This is straight 90s, straight out of the 90s.
I said you wanna,
So slow in the pocket.
you wanna be mine, yeah. I bet you wanna be mine.
He's in the water again.
I know, right?
Who keeps pushing him?
Well, he fell in that last time.
Yeah.
By himself, but yeah.
Okay. First
It's a very
album.
provocative music video. I feel like there's a lot of metaphors, symbolism there.
Right.
I like the I don't even know what words to describe it. The bright, summery, outdoor, contemporary art museum vibes. I was getting in the
It
first
is.
part of the video, and then I thought the scene of everyone swimming in the water together was just
Right,
very
it was
visually
cool.
striking.
That was very memorable.
Yeah.
And it must have taken a lot of time and effort to film that, to get everybody in the right position. Pff.
And I love the play with color versus, because they had similar, like that scene in Water is in both versions of the Dandelion and Rose, but in the Dandelion one, they're swimming in like a red light versus Rose. It's like this blue. And yeah, I just thought that was cool.
What does it mean?
I don't know. We'll find out when
Okay.
the album drops later this month. Hey,
Okay. All right. Shall we move on to the next one, y'all?
moving on.
Is it? Oh, we're not doing Daebak or not?
Oh, should we do that?
I don't care.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm Daebak. I'm Daebak on and Dandelion and Roses.
Daebak. My bias record is my
Daebak.
bias record. Like,
The second half saved it for me.
I know. That's why I was like, Stephanie,
I know
Don't
you were
let
like,
the-
don't give up on it. Because
Don't
I
give
was gonna
up.
rate it or not if I only saw
there's a
Dandelion.
reason why we love
Just being
him.
honest. Yeah. No, I love him too.
Dude, don't hate on Dandelion. That's a good song.
I love both versions of Jaehyun.
All right, next up, we've got
Right.
Promise 9 with Supersonic.
Supersonic in 3, 2, 1, go.
So we've got Supernova, Nova, and Supersonic. Are they challenging Ispa with this?
That orange hair.
Dystopian junkyard vibes.
I know it's so artificial, but I love the colored hair and the lenses for the eyes. They're looking gorgeous.
Yeah. They're keeping their look kind of consistent from the beginning. I like that.
No, this is a little bit more grown up. I feel like.
Yeah, that's true. I mean the colors. Ooh, somebody driving. This is fun.
It's like a single chord that you hit once at the top of the bar. You're not doing a lot with it. It's a way to be soft but still impactful.
We got that. 이대로 go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
I love how the Beyonce
Okay, Kesha,
fan hit her
yeah.
at that one.
Ready, set, you go. Don't be worried. 뜨거운 열기 쏟아져 버려 숨 죽여.
Okay, high notes.
언제 어디든 I'll be there.
I love the smoky, whatever the
언제든
makeup around the eyes.
hit me up, hit me up now. Talk die. Show me right now, yeah, show me right now.
Some fun variety in footwork. Sorry, fun variety in footwear. Got boots, platforms, sneakers.
Show me right now, yeah,
Whoa, sparks. Okay.
The footwear is literally on fire.
여름이 다가오면 말하지 않아도 알 수 있어 지친 너를 구할 방법을
That's a hot bodysuit
Right.
with the high cuts peeking out of the jeans. I see you, girl.
This is definitely going for K-pop summer.
Summer, yeah, added to the playlist for the hot summer party, Peter. It's a fun choreo, too.
The water rockets are giving it like a water bomb performance vibe, especially since they're all soaking now.
Yes. And so many of them are in white, too.
I like how it just ends on the.
Just water shooting up.
I was perplexed by the one drop landing on her forehead. I don't know if that was just trying to be cute.
This is such a great comeback. I love that there was like a proper budget for it. I do feel like Promise 9, even though they've had a strong few years, especially since they joined Hype, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel like Hype has really been pushing them as much as their other new girl groups.
Yeah.
Like it's different because they're one of the for the girl groups that joined after Hype was kind of formed, and there's definitely more preferential treatment for the girls that debuted in Hype.
Well, yeah. That goes along with the stepchild treatment that so many of the adopted Aqua-hired groups receive in Hype.
And
It sucks.
we know that from whatever allegedly happened in Source Music. That might be why G-Friend is no longer
G-Friend.
together.
Pour one out. Yeah.
But Promise 9 is still around.
Doing it. Yeah, Daebak for me.
This does feel more grown up, sexy supermodel.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Vibe.
With the high V-cuts. Oh, my God.
With who?
The high V-cut bodysuit.
Ooh,
Showing all of
that
her
one.
all of her hip bone.
Yeah, high V-cut, yes. That caught my eye for sure.
Right.
Okay. Are we
All right, next
saying
one.
Daebak or not on this?
Daebak.
I said Daebak.
We both said Daebak, Peter. Are
And
you,
I'm
are you
Daebak.
not?
You know what this is? This is like the high version of Kiss of Life Sticky.
Yeah.
They even tried doing a little bit of booty action, a little bit
Just
of
a
the
tiny
choreo.
bit. It was
Yeah.
mostly arm work.
Yeah. Okay, next song. We're doing the other hype group, Enhypen,
With Brought the Heat Back.
in 3, 2, 1, go. I like this like FM radio version of the song.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Daebak already. I can
some
tell.
sharp
This is a really good song.
And it keeps that kind of creepy, haunted vibe that they've been rolling with.
Yeah. This is like
Okay.
K-pop summer vampire edition.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
They can stick around for Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, they better. Yeah.
Real
Almost
men
must
love
cats.
vibe here. Black and white driving.
Oh, is he a cat? Oh, what's
Hi,
explosion?
Nikki.
Open
Why
sky?
is your head exploding? Who got hit by a car? Yo.
I think it was some. Yeah, see, he's on the car.
Oh, wow.
That's great. I love little like absurd humor like that.
Oh, very good special effects, you know. Very realistic looking.
Although they're vampires, would they be showing up with heat signatures?
No, they wouldn't even appear at
Oh
all.
my god, Nikki.
Keeping it cool. This is so good. Oh, I love
Hi,
this.
smooches. Are they just playing around with different ways to die or test dying?
Cat
It's a
noise?
real cat sound. Okay, they're trying to keep somebody in the coffin, I think. This is so funny. What? Why is there a fish?
Heat seeking fish.
Who's in there?
Nikki.
Ah, my boy.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh, okay.
But then they kind of look like they have claws on their hands too.
So are they vampires? Cats?
Or cats? I think cats. Oh, wow. So much happening.
Love it.
Oh, it's
Little
the
thriller
movement.
callback.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes, footwork.
I really appreciate it. And the cut sleeves as well.
I
Yeah.
love it. Are they trying to make it look like they're running really fast, like with the things going by in the screen?
What is happening?
I missed the first part of the story. Brought the heat back.
Okay.
That song is like Day to the Bach. I
Right?
love that song. It is like disco synth. Like it's got a groove. It feels like Drunk Dazed a little bit. Like
It does.
You could
Yeah.
see the evolution from that to this.
Yeah.
I love the concepts. I love like there's like I don't know.
The
when
concept
they're-
really enhanced it for me.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, at times when they're like miniatures, I was thinking like Got7. What
Just
is their
Right.
song? Just Right, yeah. And I don't know if that was an intentional motif, but like what I like about this and all the silliness of the production is that it feels like it's got that word, y'all. It's got the that phrase, the essence of K-pop. And it really comes through with this. Like, you know, it is its own fantasy reality. In a way that's really fun, playful.
Commits to the bit
Yeah.
while not taking itself too seriously. Really funny.
And it's a really good song, really good dancing.
They never let up on the tension. It's just like driving.
We are going to do, it hasn't been announced formally yet, but we are having a Halloween party.
Oh, snap.
So I'm already like, oh, this is going to be a bus play for that party. Like,
Is that also in South Bay?
I think we're going to do it at Yellow, I want to say, in San Francisco.
Oh,
So,
SF. Okay.
yeah, which is a big
All right.
venue.
Check
Yeah.
it out if you're in the
Cool.
Bay Area. As far as like the storyline, my guess was that it's just kind of like the cough. They're like playing keep away with the coffin, and so like they're killing each other in order to get the coffin from the other member.
Are they cats with 9 lives? Are
Maybe
they
that
like
too.
playing around with ways
Like,
to die?
It's hard. It feels like, because you mentioned Thriller, but I also feel like there's also a bunch of references to a bunch of like 80s and 90s horror / like noir / hard-boiled films from that era. So I feel like I would have to go back and kind of like find similar source material to figure out like all of the references. But
Yeah, Daebak.
Yeah.
Hella Daebak.
Really raising the bar on the lore and symbolism and packing stuff in.
Like,
and the
this is-
song on the album too is like what you mentioned, Peter, like how it's kind of similar to Drunk Dazed. I feel like that this song and like is a great representation of like that album being them really locking into the sounds and the things that they do best.
Yeah, their lane. Not everybody's doing this.
I don't know if I've got like straight male lens bias applied to this, but I feel like so many boy groups become commoditized really quickly for just being like wearing like dark leather pants and a white shirt and then dancing around to technically very difficult, fast moving choreography.
Yep.
And
You're right.
you can argue that they follow that same costuming style in this, but I don't know. It just carries so differently in this, just because it feels like, okay, I get the vibe, I get the theme, I get the bit. I just love this. So this is what we need more of in K-pop. Just like this goofy, fun reality. And again, really good execution and production value across, even if a lot of the visual effects were like kind of cringe, but like I kind of like it
on
because
purpose.
Yeah.
Doesn't take itself too
To
seriously.
make us laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus the pre-release film that we watched, Peter, where they were taking themselves super seriously in their action hero mode when they were like dodging bullets like sexily.
And making sexual groans when they got hit. But,
I like that too. Let me check that out.
Okay, well, that's it for reactions. Tell us what we should react to on a future episode. You can join us on the
Comment
K-pop Cast
below
Slack.
what you want to see us react to.
Oh, yeah,
and
we need to
leave
cut
a
this
like
up.
if you liked this reaction.
Smash that like button.
Yeah. And subscribe.
And this is where you have to be like, K-pop dad reacts to like K-pop for the very first time. Like, something hyperbolic and stupid.
Okay.
Veteran
Silly
K-pop
faces.
fans react to 4th gen boy group.
There you go. That's it.
that
That's
our
the
lane?
headline.
Yeah.
That's our
Thirsty
lane.
Nunes. We'll just put all of those in the title.
A very long title for all the SEO. And, like, including stuff that's like not even in the reaction. You know, person of this demographic because this video reacts like whatever. Okay. Now for Daebak or not sensational news, we'll say the thing and we can say whether Daebak or not on that item. So news for this episode. PD, take us off. This is actually more of a serious growing up item. So
Yeah, so just to give us some background before we kind of like phrase the Daebak or not of it, I guess. So on August 8th, SUGA of BTS was not arrested, but he was stopped by police for a DUI incident in which he was riding what is being reported as an electric scooter. That is from Juang Daily. That is how it is being reported in English, as an electric scooter.
So what do we mean by scooter?
Well, previously it was reported as like an electric kickboard, which is something that, you know, you'd see littering the streets of Los Angeles and San Francisco.
Yeah.
like the lime, the things, it's like a scooter. Like, I don't know. How do you describe a scooter, Peter?
like when you're trying to cross the road and then someone tries running you over because they're not driving a car, so they think the rules do not apply to them, or you're just walking on the sidewalk and then someone will go by you really quickly. Sorry,
Are you standing up or are you sitting on this vehicle?
Standing up.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
Sorry, I may be biased working in the financial district in San Francisco, but
You have to see these all around.
yeah. And Line was actually headquartered on the corner
Line.
of they used to be on Second and what was the other intersection, but like really close to what's it, Market Street. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Okay,
Kel.
glad. Yeah, but this is an important
that's what it
question.
was reported at. But the reporting is reported. I'm trying to use the I don't, it is being reported that it's not that kind of scooter, but something much faster with a seat, which is called an electric scooter versus a electric kickboard. Those are two different things and would be considered two different things as far as like this DUI is concerned.
So it's a kind of like motorbike, like a Vespa.
Yes. Yeah. Kind of more closer to that than what we would think of as like an electric kickboard.
Yeah, that's
like,
a big difference.
Those things that they drive around in Taipei, like the the electric.
You sit on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was stopped by police because he was operating this scooter, and he ended up crashing it. The police came to him and they noticed that he was intoxicated. He blew a 0.2% alcohol, which technically under the limit is a 0.08. So a 0.2 is very high.
That's the same as the U.S., right?
Yeah, it's around. It's the same as the U.S. So he was very intoxicated at the time.
Yeah.
So the police ended up they didn't arrest him. They just stopped him and processed, his DUI incident. And then he ended up leaving the scene, which technically he shouldn't have done because they hadn't finished the investigation yet. So the Hybe basically came up after this incident saying that they apologized for miscommunicating because originally they were reporting it as an electric kickboard when it's actually an electric scooter.
Yeah, it's a big hit jumped to give the most charitable PR
explanation. And the company reported that the investigation was over because he left the scene when actually it wasn't over. There was still more to come. And the most recent news is that he has been actually summoned by the police to complete the investigation.
I think something that I would just want to add to this is that when I was kind of following this news story based off of the echoing social media, a lot of people were kind of laughing at this, being like, okay.
Yes, from the Western perspective, especially when you see like a kickboard, like it just looks, it seems silly, right?
And I saw on a lot of army channels like, they'll attack our boys for anything stupid or trivial. And maybe me hearing about it secondhand, that might have been my reaction as well. But I'm thinking about it more. It's like, no, this is really not okay, Suga. Like you did not show good judgment here. And this, I would say even if it was like the scooters that ran me over in the financial district, I would still be really, really pissed about that as well. Like, it is the law, of your country. And, anyway, what we should read Melody's or K-pop sociology's remarks, right?
Yeah, so K-pop sociology, we reached out to them for comment, especially from the general Korean public's view of this incident. And you said she was also like so surprised at how different the international fan base was reacting versus the Korean fan base, specifically talking about how the public obviously is upset at Big Hit for misreporting the incident, claiming Suga was riding an electric skateboard. But after checking the camera footage, it was indeed an electric scooter. They misrepresented the distance he was traveling. Also claimed that he had a few glasses of beer over dinner, which is not accurate because he blew a 0.02.
And we know from Suga's show, he be throwing back the hard stuff, like the whole bottle. I'm just saying, that's what's most likely. We love him for that, but yeah, don't drive, man.
Yeah, just like own it. I don't know. You're making it worse for both PR and legal by trying to say something that's not. Although maybe it worked for PR to.
And she also mentioned, I think this is really important, that Suga is currently serving his military service as a public servant. And as a public servant, he could have additionally faced more punishment because he is currently serving his military service. So But as of right now, it's reported from Juwon Daily that there's no additional punishment, at least coming from the Military Manpower Administration, who would have been overseeing that. But if he was just a regular person serving military service, he could have been detained and put in military prison before. Like that's how severe this could have been if he was just a regular person. So in addition to the DUI, he could have faced other punishment from the military.
Yeah, and it sounds like, from K-pop Sociology's comments that number one, in Korea, driving under the influence is considered a much more serious offense in Korea than it is in the US. And also, people who are in the military are held to a higher standard, higher moral standard. You should be like an upstanding citizen. And so we've seen, cases of this going back through the years of when K-pop idols are serving their military duties, but then they're found to be playing hooky or doing something. It's just like this huge disgrace. Rain was disgraced. I think Seven was disgraced, like at a higher level because they were supposed to be, morally upstanding during military service. Something that we don't really keep in mind here in the U.S.
Yeah, I think that's another important cultural nuance to it. And then going to add to the drunk driving part, I think, I don't know, I'd like to be corrected in this if I'm not accurate in saying so, but given Korean infrastructure, and roads, like it's easier to harm pedestrians from drunk driving. So it's the impact is a bit more salient there.
True. Well, are we Daebak or not? And like, what piece of this are we kind of voting on here?
I think I would phrase it in the sense of, are we Daebak or not in Hybe's handling of the situation?
Oh, not.
No, not. Yeah. Definitely not. No.
Yeah.
I'm
From a
disappointed.
PR perspective, Peter, like, what do you think went down in the PR room there?
They were fast to respond to it. And so that shows that they were treating it seriously.
They were fast and wrong.
I do wonder if there was a genuine, we didn't get our facts right, we thought it was this. But that's not good PR. You need to get the ground truth first before issuing a statement or commenting. So, I want to say probably the news cycle ran with it before maybe they had a formal statement. And then the fan... Again, I'm consuming this cycle through the fan social media reverberation of the news, and so the fan narrative was something different. And I'm also consuming it through the Western perspective. So it's hard for me to give a good read on it, but I think that cycle, that channel, that narrative moved on its own very quickly. So I think it's also not Daebak that the people who are hearing about this from the first time don't actually know this whole story because they've kind of already written it off as...
Because of initial misinformation.
Yeah.
That, it's not that big of a deal. He was just on a skateboard or whatever.
Or maybe they only know it from the memes.
Yeah.
They haven't even heard the actual headlines.
Yeah. Because that's already the truth now.
I first heard about it on TikTok from BTS aunties saying, SUGA should leave the group now. Like with this dark music and font, like he almost killed someone. Like they're just spreading
with utmost
their
certainty,
hate.
That's not going to happen.
No. Get out of here.
He's too big to fail at this point.
BTS is such just a lightning rod for people to project things on.
Yeah, and I mean, thank God there was no like property damage or any kind of like physical injury to anybody else. Like he really got lucky with that because it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
he just like stumbled off of it himself.
Yeah,
I think it's funny, Stephanie. You're describing it as like, and therefore he should leave the group. As in like that's the penalty. But I think like the bigger issue is like, hey, this could have harmed someone. Like that's what we should really care about. Not.
Yeah, the antis expose themselves.
Whether or not
they just want
the
downfall of the group.
That's I view as a separate issue, like and not really related. It's yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm also
Good point.
disappointed in Suga not showing good judgment across all of this. So
Yeah. It's just
Well-
more disappointment, if anything.
okay, can we move on to the
All
other
right,
high
speaking
item?
of-
Okay, so this
Yeah,
one,
so-
guys, go ahead, Michaela.
No, just real quick. Obviously, again, he was summoned by the police recently. So technically, this investigation is still ongoing officially, even though we've had a lot of official reporting about what we expect. We expect him to pay a fine, maybe serve an additional community service. We don't expect him to serve any jail time with what we've seen so far from this case. Okay, that's it. Moving on.
Yeah, if paying a fine for the rich is just the cost of business.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah. Okay, so this next item, I guess we could take seriously, but I just want to laugh at it. So please forgive me for treating this like a joke, because to me it is a joke. So visually, I don't know how we can show this on YouTube, but I just want to show this image that was taken from, what is it, live stream footage or like walking the street footage.
Wait,
in
this was
Beverly
from a
Hills.
live stream?
It was from, what was it from? It was a streamer was doing a stream in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And in that stream, someone was like, is that BangPD?
God.
Spotted.
And so people looked into it, and yeah, it's, well, okay, what was really funny is that BangPD didn't confirm or deny this, but he was like, hey, you should not, you didn't have the people's permission in having.
Oh, really? You were in public, dude.
On a public street.
On the street.
So, it's within, I guess, fair use, so to speak, of like what you can capture. But anyway, like, he's like, hey, like you do not have permission to capture the recipient.
Sounds guilty to me.
So before confirming whether or not it's him, he's like, hey, you didn't get the permission. Like, well, why are you even commenting on this, BangPD?
Guilty as
Like,
charged.
So he's trying to do all these things to like remove it from the internet.
So
and
what's
then-
the controversy? Let's get to it.
Yeah, we haven't really actually talked about like
So-
what the issue is here.
Look, if you look at this image, and man, on YouTube, maybe Philip, you can show a screenshot of this image. But if you look at this picture, you'll see that BangPD and his okay, he's accompanied by two friends. Two ladies showing a lot of skin.
Scantily clad in their early 20s.
Yes. So showing a lot of boobage and
Legs for days.
Legs, yeah, and so when you see like two ladies like this next to an overweight fat guy, you can kind of draw your own.
No fat shaming.
No, yeah, he, an older, someone who's significantly older.
Just the fact that he's an older gentleman.
Yes.
I'm just saying they're not liking this guy for his looks. Okay, like they're. Anyway,
There's a difference in looks.
so there was one reaction on social media that I was originally behind, which is like, get your money, girl, get the bag, right?
Hey.
like I'm all for that, right? Like, hey, this is work, like, work it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think BangPD should have just owned it, He just been like, yeah, doing this fun thing with these two women, we had a great time, right? Whatever. Or like, yeah, that was us. Mm-hmm. And then that's all you have to say. You don't have to add more to it. But the fact that he tries burying it and having it removed,
It
from
doesn't
the
have to be
internet,
a big deal, man.
he made it a big deal. And I think, I don't know, maybe I'm sure like domestic Korean reaction is different to this, but in the US we wouldn't think anything of it. Like, okay, you're just doing
Whatever.
your thing,
Yeah.
right?
What else is new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old
K-pop
rich
sociology
guy
had
seen
no
with
comment on
20-year-old
this.
starlet. Like,
But they're not even starlet. So
I
what
know,
they're
they're
famous
streamers.
for, they're streamers, and they're of what is it? The acronym is BJ, but what does it stand for?
ooh.
Broadcast jockey.
Broadcast jockey, right?
Oh, VJ. No, BJ. No, yes.
Yes.
right.
Video jockey or broadcast jockey. We like to say video jockey because BJ means
because
something
it's like
different in
bang
English.
song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bang
but
song.
on the platform's known for having a lot of seductive looking ladies
Wink, wink, nudge,
who
nudge. Oh, so like Twitch.
yeah, like Twitch. Or one can say the same about TikTok or
Yeah.
I don't know. I would even argue having this phenomenon of girls dancing on TikTok or Instagram Reels is kind of also kind of creepy because like who's watching, who's consuming this sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
same thing, you know, women performing for incel males to give what is it, the in-platform currency.
Oh yeah,
so
the
it's-
popcorn girl.
Oh, I don't even know that. But
Oh man,
Ice cream, so good.
Yeah. So
oh
good.
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. So as a way of getting money, you know, you've got these virtual currencies, and so these two streamers that BangPD is seen next
Also,
to.
this was in Beverly Hills, LA.
Right.
So they're like abroad, overseas, in the sun. It's just a whole thing. I really think the quote from music critic Jung Hyun at the end of the Korea Herald article sums it up. He says, while Bang might have considered it a private matter, he may not have exercised enough caution. And given Hybe's current challenges and declining public image, such controversies are far from beneficial from a corporate standpoint. I think that's where we're at. Like, it was a dumb move by Bang to like be seen out in public doing anything besides like feeding orphan children. You know, it just doesn't help. And shares have plummeted for Hybe, right?
I don't know. On one hand, like for both the ladies and for BangPD, like live your life, you know.
Yeah,
Like-
from the personal perspective, but from the capitalism,
PR
perspective of where Hybe is, especially when
Not smart.
When there have been many attacks on Min Hee Jin's character for multiple other
yeah.
things that she's done in her personal life.
With young girls.
Just, you know, the comparisons you could make in hypocrisy.
Yeah. So are we Daebak or not on what we are viewing in this here photo?
From the photo alone, I am not. But it's just a not really. It just feels, you know, girl, get your bag, but still, it's like, ugh, I'm sorry for you.
Yeah, not. I want him to be alone. He needs to be by himself for a while. Not.
I'm
Peter's
Daebak
down?
on
Peter,
these
you
people
see
enjoying
yourself in.
themselves.
Stand in
And
your truth, Peter. You're Daebak.
I'm also Daebak the fact that we can laugh about this at their
Yes.
expense, at the BangPD's
totally.
expense. Who I feel like we have license to not be as charitable in our sympathy. So
Yes. So last two really quickly, just want to shout out YG has finally handed over the trademark rights to G-Dragon's name to G-Dragon at no cost.
okay, that was your PR stunt. YG.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you know
you needed that.
they're such a great company and they're such great people. They're gonna give it back, his name that he built,
His own.
back to him at no cost.
Oh, how nice of them.
Wow.
Okay.
Are we Daebak or not?
I'm Daebak on him being free from this company.
Yeah, to
I
use
just
his own dang stage name.
just hate that it had to be at the cost of this big PR stunt. Because again, we've seen this with 2NE1 having meetings with
2NE1.
YG at the head of their
You
return.
know they didn't want to have to do that.
YG has graciously given G-Dragon back his name.
After all they've been through with him.
Yeah, so the whole situation is a not, but I'm Daebak on purely the fact of G-Dragon getting his name back.
Yeah, with how it's
especially
ending.
since this means that we're gonna get. He's able to, you know, work with his own name, and hopefully we'll be getting some things from him in the
Come
future.
back.
Alleged concerts, alleged
There's still
comebacks.
nobody like him. He needs to get back in.
Yeah,
The
produce
dragon
more
has been
hits.
sleeping for too long.
like
Yeah.
all his solo stuff, all his group stuff with Big Bang. It was all
Yeah.
good.
So are we
Musically.
all Daebak on this? I am.
Daebak.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Great.
Okay. And so last Daebak or not news, we've got SM has finally revealed their British K-pop group, Dear Alice. For background, this is a collaboration effort between SM Entertainment, the North American corporation Kakao Entertainment, and the British entertainment company Moon and Back. SM basically provided all of the training, the music, the vocals, and choreography stuffs, and the British companies basically handled the casting of the group, which, if you look at them, they are One Direction 2.0.
Basically.
They're going to have a documentary released later this month called Made in Korea. So we'll actually get to see a little bit more about their formation. So are we, from what we've seen so far, are we Daebak or not on Dear Alice?
Like from just the photo?
I guess, yeah. Or I guess the idea.
Not.
I'm keeping an open mind on this one. Like, you know, Cat's Eye is
Vicha.
really warming at Vicha. They're both warming up to me.
I don't know, I guess I feel different about girl groups versus boy group because, yeah, I've kept an open mind for the girl groups and have been kind of impressed even by how they've kept a lot of the essence of K-pop. I'm just really skeptical with these guys I'm seeing in the photo. They annoy me.
Like United Colors of Benetton advertisement.
Yeah, their look, like, So I'll wait for the video.
I will be Daebak. It is, so far from what I've seen, I've seen at least, we know a few people who are attached to this documentary. Nuna's Nunchi, who was on our last K-drama episode for Good Bad Mother, she's actually a part of this documentary, and from what she said, has actually been a part of this formation of the group. So
Wow.
The fact that she is connected to it makes me feel like especially they were in better hands than I think we've seen previously, at least as far as like the cultural exchange of like what Korean and K-pop means to a boy group.
Yeah, I guess we're about to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
I'm a nod for now.
Okay. I'll be Daebak on it.
All right. So we'll come back once this actual documentary comes out and we see what it's all about with Dear Alice.
All right. Shall we wrap it up?
Wrapping it up.
All right. Let's let our listeners know where they can find you on socials and all the things. I'm at DJ Peter Lowe.
I'm at Catchlight27 on Instagram.
And I'm at PDNim on the Kpop Cast Slack, and you can find all of us at the Kpop Cast Slack.
And also, if you want to chip in for our editing costs and support the show, please consider donating to our Ko-fi.
Link in the description as well.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye, y'all.
If it gets any hotter, I'll be melting the butter. If it gets any